If you turn off your Wi-Fi right now, OpenAI's $100 billion infrastructure becomes completely useless for you.
The global AI race wants to build godlike intelligence, but India realized something brutal. Cloud-based AI is a luxury for metro cities that requires massive data centers, nuclear-powered servers, and high-speed 5G. If you want to reach to the next 500 million citizens in rural pockets, the cloud fails. It is too expensive. It is too inconsistent. So, India changed the game.
They didn't build bigger cloud models, they built a sovereign AI. They made it small, and yet they were able to process payments on device even when the network drops.
Today, we are tearing down BharatGPT. We will expose how India uses Edge AI to solve a problem that Silicon Valley is still ignoring: the economics of scale.
Why did India have to build its own model? You have to understand two technical barriers, the token tax and the cloud latency.
First, the token tax. AI models don't read letters. They read chunks of words called tokens. Models like GPT-5 are built for English. Give them an English word, they process one neat token. But Indian languages fuse concepts into single long words. Feed a native word into an American AI. It shatters that word into 5 or 6 separate tokens. The result? It takes far more compute power, time, and money just to process a basic sentence in India compared to the US. Second, the cloud latency trap. Take a user in a tier 3 town. He asks an AI to book a train ticket. His voice data leaves the phone. It crawls up a spotty 4G network. It travels to an international cloud server. The server processes the audio. It generates an answer. Then it sends it all the way back. Multiply that latency by billions of monthly interactions. Add a 2x or 4x tokenization tax on every Indic word. The cloud infrastructure doesn't just lag. It becomes financially unsustainable for a developing economy.
This is where the structural pivot happened. If the cloud is too slow, you kill the cloud. You put the AI in the device. This is Edge AI.
Meet CoreOver.ai and BharatGPT. They recently released a tiny 3 billion parameter language model. But they didn't just shrink it. They used a technique called quantization. Think of a high resolution 4G image. Compress it into 1080 pixel. You will lose tiny details, but it loads 10 times faster on a phone. Quantization does this to AI code. It converts complex math into lower format. This shrinks the AI's memory footprint. It becomes incredibly light. You can load it entirely into a cheap smartphone or a physical box like the Desk AI appliance. The AI isn't in California anymore. It's sitting in your pocket. It doesn't need to ping a tower. It doesn't need Wi-Fi. It is localized native intelligence.
So what does Edge AI actually do? As of March 2026, it enables agentic payments.
Imagine a local Kirana store owner. He wants to pay a wholesale distributor. Normally, he navigates a complex app interface in English. This causes massive drop-offs. Enter BharatGPT's PayU partnership. The user opens the app. He speaks in his native dialect. Ramesh ko 500 rupees dijiye. That's it. The Edge AI processes the audio locally. It extracts the intent, the amount, and the recipient. It instantly formats a UPI payment. Right now on the device. No internet, no problem. It executes the transaction via secure SMS channels. The AI is the agent. It navigates the software so the human doesn't have to. This architecture handles massive scale. Look at the Indian Railways, IRCTC. They process mind-boggling user data. They integrated CoreOver's AI using NVIDIA offline speech models. Now, if 100,000 people ask for a train status simultaneously, it doesn't crash the central cloud. The edge absorbs the shock.
This points to a massive geopolitical block.
American AI models centralize intelligence for profit. Chinese AI models centralize it for state surveillance. India is defining the third way, AI as a digital public infrastructure. It runs at the edge. It speaks 22 native languages. Through partnerships like the Tata Communication Sovereign Cloud, India guarantees security. Citizens' financial interactions never leave the physical borders.
You cannot have national sovereignty in the 21st century without data sovereignty. And you can't have data sovereignty if you depend on foreign cloud.
Here is the reality. Silicon Valley builds generic AI to be a god in the cloud. India builds specific AI to be a utility in your pocket. But agentic payments and localized AI are just the engine. What happens when you plug this offline AI directly into India's open e-commerce network ONDC?
Suddenly, a farmer in Bihar can buy and sell goods globally using his voice. He is able to bypass all the digital gatekeepers. That's how you break monopolies. And that's what we will be tearing down in our next video. Hit subscribe and see you soon.